What up, Lowrider family? Here we are another day. We got in the mix how to get those chop top warriors, get those door lines buttoned up. You know what I mean? So we got this gap right here that be filling in. Initially, when I first started on this one right here, you could literally like stick your hand in that hole. But now I got her to a point where I can't stick my one finger in there. She still opened up a little bit, but you know what I mean? Shit happens. She's been chopped for a long time, so gotta do what I gotta do to make it work. So I want to show you guys my jig that I use when I'm lifting up the bodies on the chop tops and shimmying them up and shit. So basically, I get a piece of square tubing. I do it, you know, like the lowrider bridge, chain her up, fucking go right here in the mix, and then the excess of the square tubing, get it underneath the sheet metal or the car, both sides. Boom. Then I use me a 1-ton hoist right there. Go ahead and I pull her on up. And so that's how I lift up the back end of the bodies of the chop tops when I'm shimming them. That way y'all can see what I'm talking about for them door lines, because they're notorious for opening. And a lot of people, they just chop the chop tops without doing like the modifications to the body and the sheet metal and the frame. So to compensate it, get a little bit more life out of it before you snap it in half, you do basically be like a body lift or shims. So same shit. I use solid DOM tubing. I remove the rubber, and then I fucking go ahead and give it up its lift. So this one's up on the back end from the stock rubber one to this shit. It's like 1.5 inches taller. So that way, what it happens is it forces the sheet metal to crunch, and you only do the back end ones, the four body mounts. So the one right behind the arch. Now let me get this light on, Lowrider family. The one right behind the arch, you shim it right there, and then the one I just showed you guys on the tail end. And so then you just use your 1-ton hoist to fucking, you unbutton her first, of course, but you use your fucking 1-ton hoist to rig her up and you know, put that tension on her. You want to open your doors when you're squishing it. That way you fucking don't run into your doors, just to try to get that body line a lot tighter. So I started with it. It was about this wide. And so this is where I'm landing about right now. So not bad. You know what I mean? To compensate this part as far as running into this situation and problem, you frame out your sheet metal behind the back seat. You plate it all up and you box it all in across the top, all solid steel. This one wasn't done that way, so they just chopped it and then they tried to brace it with one bar, but you have to compensate for all angles. So running across up here, you have to compensate for that. And then on the side panels, all that shit needs to be solid steel. And so on the sheet metal side, that helps it quite a fucking bit. And then on the frame, of course, has to be full frame. And in the section on the frame, you guys, on this section right over here. So we got this frame right here. Here's your G-body arch right here. Right here in this section for the chop tops. All this shit, you want to double plate it. So that's like where the lower trailing arm goes. This is your arch right here. And so this section right here is where it needs to be all double plated up to help with that flex. So you can see like this side of the door line, I got it pinched pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Still got to work on the other side a little bit more. But regardless, once I get it off the jig, like this shit right here, it'll still open up some. But if they would have done in this section right here, the sheet metal work that goes down the sides and on top, and if they would have framed it all out correctly, you know, utilizing like 1/8 inch metal to the sheet metal, this shit would be not moving. You know what I mean? But it's too late for that. This one's been chopped for several years. But just to show you guys, here's the arch. And then that section right here where the door lines will fucking open up. That section right here, that needs to be all double plated up. That way y'all can see it. You know what I mean? So got the arch. And then this section right here. All got to be double plated. That's what I'm working on today, Lowrider family. I hope everybody had a positive, you know, Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody fucking with me. That's the fucking, I don't know, what, the no limit little body jig. So 2 square tubings right here on top with 1 joint slides underneath the sheet metal in order to lift her up. And then I use a hoist, 1 ton hoist, to rig her on up. That way y'all can see it. And then fuchilala, when I'm lifting up, I have the 4 points, the body mounts, the 4 ones in the corners. So there's the tail end, the one right behind the arch. There's going to be another one, Lowrider family, right within this section from the wheel, this section. And then behind the arch, there's this one. So, you know what I mean? There's the arch warrior. So just that way y'all know what's up. And we do this shit that way to try to compensate for the door line, you know what I mean? So earlier I was able to stick literally my hand in that motherfucker. Now I can't stick my finger in the hoochie. But that way y'all know what's going on. Had to get down with that wiggle. Hope everybody's having a positive day. I'll see y'all. Yay!